Data is very critical, and particularly through the social media, it's become very exponential and vital. Understanding this, the NOI Polls, Nigeria's leading polling, research, and data group, hosted a panel session on social media polling at the Lagos 2015 Social Media Week. Discussants Mr. Wahid Olagunju, Executive Director, SME, Bank of Industry, Chude Jidonwo, Kathleen Glomo, and Ojoma Achai of the British Council highlighted the value of data, research, analysis, and survey to the continent and the nation, particularly through social media.
Most organizations, all organizations all over the world, are set up to meet specific needs of society. But you cannot sit in your boardroom and believe you know the needs of everybody. You need to be a communication-driven organization. You need to reach out to those you are supposed to serve. You need to find out from them what their needs are actually. And then from time to time, maybe on an annual basis, you measure your performance. And the best way of doing so is through the quantitative process, which polling helps you to achieve. And polling is quite accurate. The accuracy level is quite high. If I may disclose, most of the findings that NOI polls submitted to BOI were validated by a similar study conducted by KPMG International, because we are working on a 5-year strategy program for the Bank of Industry, and we're doing this with KPMG. So they also conducted an independent survey, and most of their findings tally with those of NOI polls. That's how accurate quantitative findings can be. But whereas if they are qualitative and they are subjective, accuracy will not be there, and that will not really help when you're trying to plan, when you're trying to come up with policies and to come up with strategies. So for us at the Bank of Industry, we found quantitative evaluation, quantitative management of information, as well as the evaluation metrics, quite useful tools for us in planning and formulating our strategies.
Critical thinking is a big problem in my generation and maybe beyond. And I think that organizations like NOI Polls with information research and deep data would be able to help young people to make more informed opinion. Okay, that said, internet and digital technology is a huge thing. It has become so big. When we started in 2009, it wasn't as big as it is now. Statistics, very recent statistics put the number of internet users in Nigeria at over 50 million. The internet penetration is currently about 31.4%. Nigeria has the largest internet population in Africa. It is the 11th in the whole world. There are more internet users in Nigeria than there are people living in Tanzania. Think about that for a bit. Between December 2011 and June 2012, Nigeria added 3,326,468 new internet users. The average Nigerian netizen, that's a citizen of the internet, spends not less than 3 hours on the internet daily. So we literally almost live our lives on the internet. 67% of Nigerian netizens are men. 78% of the Nigerian netizens are between the ages of 19 and 35. Students represent 45% of Nigeria's internet population. Mobile internet users have now outnumbered desktop internet users. So a lot of us are moving around with our phones connected to the internet, and we are able to access data and entertainment and information and all that.
We don't even know the simplest things around us that we use to make important decisions, from where to buy your child's baby milk to where to place your advertising. So no one knows anything about the Nigerian public, about our attitudes, about our behaviors, about why products that are selling in Lagos are not selling in Kano, about why dresses, celebrity ambassadors you can have in Ikere-Ekiti, you can't have them in Auchi. Nobody really understands why we do the things that we do. And that's at the foundation of our very existence, at the foundation of who we are as people and where we are going. Nobody knows how many jobless people we have. Last year we brought together a working group of organizations working on joblessness and employment. And I've been going around giving these speeches about jobless youth and showing these my numbers. And I found that for each organization we had different numbers. We had heard about the different numbers from different people. This minister had said this, that commissioner had said this. The AU, the UN, the ECOWAS have 3 different numbers of for how many jobless people we have in Nigeria. And so if you've heard any figure, it's probably wrong. And so you want to solve such a problem, but you don't even have the data to say this is exactly how many jobless people we have in our country.
But as an organization, we do get lots of data from a lot of the research that we do. And I think it's standard risk management. The fact that big organizations have been hacked doesn't mean you can't collect data. It just means that every responsible organization, as part of their risk management, in the same way I would safeguard the finances of my organization, I'm also responsible for safeguarding the data of the people that I collect. So it's part of our risk management, the way we store data, the way we share data, the way we use data. I think that every responsible organization needs to develop a risk management plan as far as they can to protect the data that's in their custody. Things happen, and the more that things happen, the more we learn from them. There's no foolproof way. Actually, you're even going too far. You're talking about Google. In my son's school, I had to do biometrics, otherwise I can't pick him up. And you sort of think, Antichrist things. But what do you do? As far as I'm concerned, every responsible organization, if you're taking people's data as part of your risk management, you do have to invest money and resources in making sure that that data that you're getting of people is protected.
I mean, we've changed the conversation over the 3 years, really, that we've put ourselves out there and allowed people use our data and our work. We've put ourselves out and changed the conversation about data. Data is not something that's just there. People are wondering, can we make sense of it? We've made data in a form and in a way that people are beginning to make sense of it. People are looking at data, understanding what data is saying, and can, sort of look at an everyday life and say, okay, yes, truly this affects me. So yes, I have someone who has been a victim of fake drugs. Yes, I know someone who is an internally displaced person. Yes, I know someone who has been a subject of child abuse. So I mean, these are the things that we've made so public that, it's become conversations all around Nigeria and outside of Nigeria. And we're pretty happy to be the ones that are championing that.